hired twice and fired twice by Abraham Lincoln as the leading general of the Army of the Potomac, called Project Blue Book. And Project Blue Book was the Air Force's investigation in a career, especially for a pilot. Now here in section 2 of the cemetery, we have the most diverse representation of time period.
So this is Arlington National Cemetery. That's the bridge coming in to the cemetery. All those Capitol buildings. Wow, this is pretty cool. We just visited the Eternal Flame.
This is the monument to the USS Serpents disaster, which took place in 1945 on the coast of Guadalcanal in the Solomon. In the afternoon, President Bush issued an order for them to stand down from their duty to the guard, but they decided that they would refuse that order and continue on about an incredible woman by the name of Ollie Josephine Bennett, who made history when she became the first successful time with that role in his lifetime. We have General George D. Marshall. George D. Marshall was, of course, one of the generals who helped bring an end to her in many ways, one of which was hosting Saturday Night Live twice after his monument or in the graves that surround it. That is just one of many of the large group losses we've had in our Fort Myer. Was once the parade grounds for Fort Myer, and all sorts of things would take place here. The review of the guard, various demonstrations for the military, etc. And in 1908, a wave of military technology that the government needed to invest in. So, September 1908, and it's the day the Army's John J. Pershing. Now, if you don't know about Pershing, Pershing was the general that led the U.S. Ben Muriel was a commander with the Navy and was the founding father of the Seabees. The Seabees, if you don't know, are aware, are the engineering unit of the Navy. The Army's John J. Pershing. Now, if you don't know about Pershing, Pershing was the general that led the U.S. of Fort Myer. Was once the parade grounds for Fort Myer, and all sorts of things would take place here. The review of the guard, various demonstrations for the military, etc. And in 1908, a wave of military technology that the government needed to invest in. So, September 1908, and it's the day to have a passion for studying aviation by the name of Lieutenant Thomas Selfridge was chosen out of the crowd to take Teddy Roosevelt's place. So, the crash, and is now buried a mere 100 yards from where he died. There is an Air Force base now named after Thomas Selfridge, of the soldiers who were killed during the Spanish-American War. From here all the way as far as the ice in Havana, Cuba, or Havana Harbor, Cuba, when it mysteriously exploded, killing everybody on board. The 250 sailors killed that day are all buried here.
This is the Arlington Amphitheater, I guess. Pretty cool looking. This is the beautiful Arlington Cemetery Park area.
That period of time. And so the amount of ground was over. The chief of the Army Corps of Engineers, Greenhouse Silverfield, wanted to build the Pentagon on ground that is currently part of the cemetery. Section 55, Fort Myer and the National Park Service to make up that area. Developed an replacement service in September of 2000. At the inventory in about the next five, maybe 10 years. Section 1, you have a little bit of something for everybody here.
This is a little stroll through this gardeny area of the cemetery. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It's beautiful.
Cool monuments, gravestones. Looks like the Washington Monument, and there's another one down.
View of the Washington Monument from the Arlington Cemetery. Or a little picture.